Alrighty. Welcome everybody. Whoever's here to some game dev streams. Wahoo. Honestly, been quite a while since we did a last game dev stream. And well, I wanted to really update you guys on what has become of the Squid game clone. Squid the game. So first of all, let me just make sure that this is muted. Mute you so we don't have to listen to that. I've made it so it's cleaned it up basically. It's not the best visual looking, but yeah, no. You can shoot people, they trip over, you can't shoot them. You shouldn't shoot them during green light. Yeah, basically players can fall over, they're going too fast, they'll trip, there's a fear bar, score, time left for each of the players to make it across. And well, yeah, get the most basic stuff done. Blue just means they trip somebody, sabotage them. Oh, I need to worry about that. I'll remove that stuff later. Oh yeah. Um, that's the game so far. At least that's one of the levels. Then I worked on like I actually thought that was basically done, so I went on to work on a second level, but honestly I think that deserves its own. It could be its own game, so since it's so different from this. It's not 2D, it's 3D and it has its own mechanics and whatnot, so that could become its own game. So I won't be showing that today, we'll just be turning this to a 3D game. As it is right now, it is 2D. And I wanted to turn it 3D just to add some personality to it and have a better way to view the NPCs. So what we're doing is creating ourselves a plane here. Probably the same size as this, honestly. I think the plane is a canvas. Of course. How silly of me. We'll be creating a plane. How big do we want it? Next, let's make it 10 by 5. Make sure it's centered. Okay, so here's the center. Duplicate that here and rotate it. Rotate 90 degrees. And then move it up. So this will be our new playing field. We need to get a material for this. I'll just do it this way. Add material from and well, luckily for me, I do have. There's my material. I have materials. Well, we'll create our materials. Create a new material of this back, and for the image, of this in place. We'll be taking our sprites, which is here, background images. We'll be taking this and just sticking it there. And we'll take a material, put it there. apply to you though. There we go. This doesn't need it. Weird. Hello? Can I apply this to you? Yeah. We'll just rotate this. And we'll just make this green, I believe. I like green. Brown. Make it green. Alright, so the idea will be to spawn the players in columns. And our character will be situated somewhere the high ground. So this platform will have to be much bigger. And there will probably have to be, this will probably be longer also. We'll scale this up. Just this, maybe we'll just scale it onto this for now. It's gonna be longer. Yeah, okay. So I think the idea would be to keep the player, I mean, maybe at an angle. And then you can move left and right. It has to be more zoomed in, right? Zoom in, zoom out. And yeah, okay. We can make this work. So how are we gonna spawn them in? Create spawners, aren't we? Create spawners, which will spawn in X amount of NPCs when needed. You know, when I last made this game, or when I made it 2D, well, as it is right now, I just stuffed all the code onto one game manager. A horrible idea. The spawning, the states, all taken care of one script, honestly, which is not good. It's a poor decision on my part. So we will split it up. We'll create spawners. We'll create separate scripts for doing specific tasks. Here is all the scripts. I'll create a new folder in here. All this 3D version. What can we use? The wrong script, isn't it? Oops. Move this there, like green light. GUI can stay the same. I'm going to be changing that. UI will stay visible no matter what. It's just this will be changing. We'll be spawning sprites. Yeah. Create a empty for this and call this map items. We center it first. Okay, there we go. We'll call this floor. We'll call this so we're gonna need spawners on the ground, obviously. Wait, empty. Email is called spawn. Okay, we'll position this here for now. Okay, we'll just add a little sphere as a placeholder. Where it's going to be. I'll just ground it for now. Then we're going to add a component called spawn. I make it different options because, all right, no. We're just going to make this one. This game is just going to contain this one game mode, so I need to make this a scripted one. Yeah, class. So spawner for spawn. All right, and then you're gonna see a bunch of code pop up. I believe past open documents. I'll just close them out. Yeah, all this code. All that could be used for a different project altogether. Okay. There's a spawner, so what would a spawner mean? Needs something to spawn, first of all. Oops, that is game object prefab. I need a field. Make this a private. Make this a private. Say int count should be how many times you spawn the object. And yeah. Now I could make it so that when the spawner spawns multiple objects, they space them out, right? Just say this is amount to spawn. Spawn. And this is object to spawn. Instantiate. What else I need to start doing? Probably don't need to start. Oh, I do though. I will though. Create a void spawn which will for int I equals 0 a less than count plus we will instantiate object prefab. What does it take? It takes the parent. What should we parent it to? Parented nothing. Nothing. Will not be parenting it to anything right now. Although we do want to set the transform to the 9 overloads. Position, rotation, parent. So can we do just position and rotation? I assume so. Transform position. Korean identity. Yep. You will need to offset the X a bit, and maybe the Y. But for now, oh no, not the Y, the Z. We can create. Serialized field for that. Serialized field. Vector E. Set. By default, we'll set this as well. Set now. Update. No update anything. Okay. This is our spawner. Should spawn our layer. Our player, our CPU. Let's see. Is the spawner here? I added the script to the sphere. That's not what I want to do. Our game object prefab CPU. Or the other things. Count, let's say 1. And let's see. Let's spawn. Call the function. Turn that off. Main camera, no effective. And actually, let's keep that main camera there, right? To make it invisible. Just create a new camera and just put it at game object length. Let's see, that's invisible, so it should just default to this one. Now we need something to call it. So I guess here we go. We use a start. Start. Spawn. One time. See if it'll spawn the object. Okay, it spawned the object. Okay. Now we're probably need to make a separate for this. Change the script altogether. Maybe not. I do not know. But the game manager also needs to be turned off. Not use that. So it's causing the errors. So we should be fine, I think. Fine? Oh. Not fine. Let's see over here. The timer text. Oh. The game manager. Well, use our UI. So when you create a new game manager. Or create a new gameplay manager. Let's see. Let's just hide the UI for now. I'll update that later. What else is the issue? Let's see. Yeah, player controller. Not some instance. Object. Let's see what's wrong. Hey, yeah. UI is off. Let's turn off the player as well. Turn off the game UI. You can spawn in our player CPU at least with the CPU script. I have issues that. Yeah, I mean the gameplay measure can stay the same, I guess. We'll figure out the spawning for now. We'll turn off the script on the. Hopefully no bugs arrive. No, no bugs, but we do have a player. If we touch, dies. I don't know. Okay, so we spawn in the character. Just they're huge. Absolute massive. Oh, it is just an image. Scale of 2020. Changed it one by one. You can see how big that is now. Okay, much smaller. Make it 2x2. Three by three. So where is the player though? Here. Okay, I think that's big enough. Visible enough. Move the camera in a bit more. Right, we need to make the spawn of ground though. That completely depends on the pivot on this guy though. Because his pivot this is angular transform. So big. And to scale with thing. Originally 5 by 5. Okay, yeah. 3 now. For the box collider. I make it 3D, aren't we? We ain't gonna cut it anymore. And we're gonna get rid of rigid body 3D. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just make a separate. Locate you. Bring you into the scene. Right. Name you CPU. CPU 3D. And we're just gonna bring you in as a original prefab. And we'll be spawning this guy in from now on. Okay. Delete you. No, we create CPU 3D from the bottom. So first, remove all unneeded components. And including the script. Animator can go as well. Sprite render needs to stay, I believe. Okay. Let's see now. First, box collider. Add some width to it. say if he's 5 high, 2 wide, I think accurate width would be 2, maybe 3. Of course, he doesn't have any width, actual width. But yeah, he won't have any actual width. And I'm gonna add the outline script outline real quick, which will help us outline the characters when they've fallen or been highlighted. All right. Let's see now. Now the goal of the NPC is pretty simple. Just move forward, and there'll be conditions on when they should move, should not. CPU, avatar. There's an avatar. Get you for that. I don't yet know. And maybe go on top. Okay. And then the CPU will need their own script. Right, let's see, what's the script gonna be? You already used the word CPU script. So I'm guessing it's here. These can go into. I hated that. I move a script or create a new script that it just opens up Visual Studio. This stuff. There. Okay, now let's see. Okay, we're gonna add a script and we'll just call it CPU. Control. Peaceful control, right? Oh, change it if it's wrong. Right. Move this to 3D. Once again, super null. Okay. All right, what does the CPU do? Well, we can reference this guy here. CPU controller. And we have a timer, sabotage timer, a lot of cooldowns. Our rigid body, state. So let's first do the states. I think we can do that outside, right? You know, CPU state. Should just do CPU state. Our states will be idle as they wait, walking, tripped, dead. Those will be our states. So if you want to see our states, we'll serialize via a private CPU state. The current state. Okay. Then we need our digit one. Our timers and whatnot will change later, but we also need gonna need a private quick outline script. Nice. Near speed stuff we can implement. Private Private into here. Next calling me. Oh shoot. Private. A trip thresholding. Yeah. Private. Make this a serialized private. Rip. This will be fast. How fast? We'll also serialize this to change the speed. And the animator. Private. Animator. Not spell. Anime. Alright. Got our privates out of the way. So need a start method for this. Start here 0. Just copy this stuff right now. This. Camera just yet. Find a way to make better timers. I don't see. I don't know, I was confused with the spelling idle. Some reason. I won't be implementing the feeder right now. We'll do that later. But we'll be making them walk forward. Here we will have a timer to make sure they walk intervals. But instead of that, we'll just make them walk forward. So we'll just do. Where is it? Oh. Update timer blah or the add force. We'll add a impulse. And we'll update the animator. Right now, there's going forward. I'm going to make this a fixed update. Okay. Don't have a timer yet, so it'll go pretty fast. Let's set the speed back 1. Speed. There's your body. Right, there's your body. Yeah, above the scripts. And yeah, okay. It's moving. I think gravity's affecting it. I want gravity to affect the guy. Oh, interesting. Seems that the player is decided to stand right going forward. Is the impulse really that low? Tiny bit impulse. Moving forward, it's a really small bounce. No, I said force to 1. Alright. Disable. Also want to not let them rotate. Increase speed to 5. Oh. Trying to figure this out. Is the forward okay? I just realized something. The CPU's forward direction is X, not Z. Z axis. Don't really know what to do about that. What's this? Pressure center. Oh, also, this guy public setting. Maybe I'll put him on the top of the platform. No. That I don't. It's fine. Why isn't it working? Add for Spectre. Oh. Oh. Oh, there it goes. It's like spawning it to get a ball. I actually use gravity. Just spawn them above the platform or drop them down. So we'll use gravity. Just turn off rotations and make speed back to. They move pretty fast. Is you still spawning inside? It's very strange. Okay, he's gone. Oh, all right. Player moves forward, getting a. You can create some box clutter for the finish. Right? T finish Y. And we'll put it all the way here. So the finish line would be add a box collider. and just stretch it out. Okay. There we go. Um, you made this is trigger, right? No, do we make the characters trigger? I think I made the CPU's triggers. Because if not, they'll just bump into each other. Oh. I mean, I could fix that with facing them apart. Alright. Why don't we do that? Perfect spawner. Where did my spawner go? A spawner. Alright, but instantiate object, we'll put them in a different transformed out position. So let's say new vector 3 position transformed out new position. And we'll just do position dot x minus I, right? This way they're like spaced out on the x-axis. Then you pose dot z minus equal I as well. And we'll set this to basically making this an array. And change your closer. Well, they might fall off. Yeah. Closer. And move your script. Set this. Okay. Count to 3. The camera, I'll pick that up. Come back here. Well, there are 3. I think they're moving strange. This is the only guy going forward. Oh. Oh. That's probably why. They stopped. Hit the platform, but it looks like they decided that. All decided. I guess they hit each other and then the force just pushed them away. I need a different way to make the force be applied here. I need to make it go forward. Yeah. So the Unity. Unity API. Rigid body. Pull it up. Oh, okay. So, not a lot of stuff, but we need these methods add force. And then we have position, so with the kinematic though. And add force. Question is, that's a forward force. It's form dot up by, so it takes 3, which is the force, and multiply is the force mode. Okay, so here I got a new vector 3 on the x 0. Okay, yeah, no, that works. But I think instead of making a new vector 3, we'll just use transform dot height by speed with my sphere station here. Yeah. That. Okay. And it'll be impulse mode. Let's see what else force modes we got. Force modes. Anything cool? I feel force modes. Acceleration. This will go for impulse. I mean, acceleration would be more like they're depending on the size of acceleration. It'd be like a car starting it moving. Impulse will look more like a burst. Like they say red light or they green light, and boom, they go on, and then they start slowing down. Okay, yeah. Stick to that. I think this is fine, right? Going to the right. Might bump into each other. This is an issue. We do instead go to the spawner and the Z by 3. That's distant enough. I made some changes. Oops. I'll play. Alright, let's see here. Once again, bump to one side. The Z is working as intended. Say the Z is 11, it's 10. 10. 8 of 20, it's fine. It's convenient. Let's do 10. Okay. So one should be spawning at 21. We're at 0, 1. Oh, that distance is very small. Yeah, no, I think that might be an issue with their rigid bodies being so big. Yeah, make them triggers. Up. Triggers. Is this way they don't collide. They do detect when they're in close proximity to each other. And because they do not collide with you. Let's see, did they spawn on the thing? It is spawned directly on it, but it's good enough. And they seem to be spaced out. Well, I might change the X to make it. Yeah, I might change the X a bit more. Okay, now can we shoot these guys? That's the question. Let me change their speed to like 1. There's not even on. Here's the player. Right. This guy relies this. Oh, instead of I need to change the player controller also, don't I? Okay, I'm gonna make a player controller script all over again. Although I already feel that we have one different code. So I'm gonna name it something different. Sure. Yeah, we definitely do have player controller. Yep, the controller already exists for a different scene. Oh. In the player controller then. Basic movement script, I believe. Oh, no, nothing's in it. Wanted to make it a class. Oh, scrap that idea. We're just gonna be using it then. For our own purposes. Okay, so what do we got? Say we got a gun. And we have a zoom. So we need 2 game objects. Field object scope. Alright, so the gun will just move along with the player. We need to recast from the player to recast forward. Right, what does the player need though? Okay. Just needs the gun. I guess the camera also. That's where the player will be facing. That's where the player will be looking from the main camera. Perfect. What should be? That's just the particle effect. Of course, I don't think we actually need these two, since it'll just be the game object itself. I'll just keep them in case I want to do some, like making one disappear, making the other appear. We'll see how I handle the zoom. Okay. Now, this here. And then take this. First of all, we just down. Okay. And and transform the position. I don't think I will make it. Input that get now. I not know yet. I think I just make it a floating gun, right? And we'll just be moving the camera, right? Yeah. Set transform. Camera will be our moving to the camera. The sound effect. Just need a raycast from the front of the camera. We'll just make the gun point towards the direction the camera is facing. Yeah. Do a ray. Or new ray. I think we do. Ray. Camera. Oh. Remember the it's alright, let me have this. Instructor. Transform the position. Okay, with position. Position and camera. Transform. No, that's the ray. Or I thought it was. It's wrong. It's wrong. Then we can do a raycast hit and whatnot. So ray cast hit info to physics dot raycast. Raycast array. We can raycast the array. And for the max distance is what? That dot. That's my door. 1 second. Oh, dude, I just realized my mic was on mute the whole time. Holy shit. Well, that's an hour of being mute, I think. Shit. Oh, man. That is. Oh, I see now. Not mute. Just using the wrong in a headset. Shit.
This one right here, but it was mute the whole time. Haha, shit. So you guys were listening to the freaking terrible, terrible laptop mic the whole time so far. Anyways, I'll be back. Okay. Wow, rip an hour of terrible audio quality. My bad, guys. Math.infinity, raycast, direction, layer. So if we hit, say, a CPU layer, let's make a layer called CPU maybe. Should we need layer? Yeah. Gee, yeah, maybe. We'll do a serialized field. Field, layer, mask, layer. Change that up. We'll just do layer. What's the issue? Oh, wait, I gotta do out. Right? Origin, direction. Got the ray already. Where do I put this? Put it before? I put it somewhere. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. So if get that, then we check if it info dot what do we got? Info dot game object probably. Dot collider dot game object dot let's say well let's see if this layer is so-called CPU, then we don't even need to check if it's a CPU again, so CPU layer. You just get the script. Okay. So let's say we create what's it called? CPU controller CPU get CPU controller. We'll get this from our get info dot collider dot game object dot get component. Alright, there we go. Very nice. And we'll call a function. We'll just say is shot call shot function. Right? Yeah, we don't need you guys anymore. Oh yeah, we can also instantiate and destroy our hello. Instantiate it where the player shot at. This will be ray dot get point. position is get point, not give. Get point returns a point at distance. God, point. We get the point. Let's see. Ray. Get point. Returns a point at distance units along the ray. Origin point of the ray, blah blah blah. I should get hit info then. When I hit something, it's in here. Say hit info. Oh, dot. What we got? Point. Go. Now I guess we don't really need the layer now, do we? Check inside the layer. We won't be using the layer. We'll be probably using tag, won't we? Field string CPU tag. Probably be equal to CPU, not gonna lie. We don't need this. If what? It info dot collider dot tag right, tag dot compare tag paired with CPU tag. I don't know if compare tag would be better. Just do tag equal CPU tag. Not that, duh. X. Yeah. And we'll just go to our CPU controller where we will simply make void is shot. We'll set current state dot CPU state dot dead. I'll destroy this. Destroy game object after 1 second. Let's call the animator here to set it to say animator dot set trigger rip. Don't know if that's the right one. Save that. Let's go check out the animator real quick for CPU animator. And the parameters are is tripped velocity. It is tripped. Stripped. No, it's not a trigger, it's a bool. Bool. So in theory, we click a button. Here we go. Click a button to play the sound effect of the gun. I'll just not play that for now. We will raycast from the camera forward. We'll get our hit info if we get anything. Hit anything that's raycastable. It'll be infinite. We'll check to see if we'll instantiate our explosion where that happens. Wait, name this entire this explosion particle effect. Alt enter. Do that. Particle. Okay. Okay, then we check the tag of the collided object. Okay. I'd also want to lock our cursor to the center of the screen. Way to start. What was look dot. No, not mouse look. The cursor lock mode dot locked. True. Enum. I forgot how to use this. There we go. Okie dokie. Now let's create our player. I'll bring in a prefab for a gun that I recently got. Should be pretty good. Won't have the textures though, unfortunately. I can add them later. Where is our model? It shouldn't be in FBX. There we go. Go pull up weapon sniper. Okay, let's find the camera. So we'll attach the sniper to the camera. And right. The only issue is I have no idea which way we set you. Okay, sniper has to face forward. Be negative 90 degrees. And I kind of want it offset I want it offset. Have it offset a bit, say by 1, and it will be looking like that, right? It will put the sniper here, or the camera here. Light with view. I want the sniper to be. Let's undo that actually. Bring the sniper in front. The camera. Front and under. Make it 2 on that side. 7 forward. And then we'll add a crosshair to the center of the screen, which will be the UI, I guess. Yeah. I had to hide all the UI script I wanted to work, because it relies on the old stuff. Yeah, no. We'll have to create a new UI, or just copy it, duplicate it, duplicate. Actually, that is. Oh, we don't need the player. We need is. We don't really need the UI either. We just need to bring in a crosshair. And this will overlay screen space. We can use this, I believe. No, I think it's going to be. No. Nope, it was this one. Some crosshairs. Oh, what's a nice sniper crosshair? Let's see here. Guess we'll go for. It's only pack 1, right? And bonuses 1. Let's go for the bonuses. We'll add this to the UI. Right? Why center you though? This is a UI, right? Should be an image. Create an image first. UI. Okay, call this cross hair. Spelled that wrong. Oh well. Sprite will be, let's say that. And it'll be in the center of the screen. Oops. On the bottom actually, because we want it to show up for everything. Okay. So which is a fast way to zoom in. Okay, move the camera to this position. As it is right now, the camera will not be moving. Crosshair will not be moving. But seems like nothing happened. Alright, let's move the camera also. Camera controller. Or do I want to do the same way I did before, where I would simply move the cursor, and then the gun will just point to where my cursor is. Huh, that could be better. That way, camera only needs to move left and right. Eh, don't really know. First thing first, comes the camera. So let's add a camera controller. Oh, well, let me see what this first does before I do anything. I spelled this also wrong. Camera controller. Um, Back when the camera was orthographic. Guess I can reuse this. Since it just converts screen space to camera space. But this would require me to, yeah. Let me just add to the CPU controller. Let me add this portion. What am I doing? On mouse hover, we get outline dot out color well, color dot red. Outline dot enabled. True. It's a bool. Let me unlock my cursor also. Cursor. I want to lock that. I want to confine it though. We want to do lock mode confined. Huh. Why am I here? What did I do? What did the camera do? Okay, let me just see what this controller does. Okay, so mouse world position. Let's main camera screen world to point, input a mouse, okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's go fine. Transform to position. Lerp to transform to position to mouse position. Okay. It's not the worst thing, right? Oh, this is though. Clamping the X and Y. Can't have that. Can't be clamping. Why did I delete it? I should just comment it out. Okay, so this shouldn't mess up with the zoom or anything. It's not such a reference of object. Outline is not. Oh, we didn't get outline. Oops. Up, up, up. Yeah. All right. It's the outline. Let me just make sure I have my outline all set up. I have no idea how this will look like, but find out. I don't think I'll even work with an image. Not gonna lie. Do not think it works with sprite renderers. Which might be an issue. It's whatever. Let's see. Oh, no, it doesn't have an outline. Oh, it does work. Let's go, dudes. Okay, so an outline for sure. Okay, change of plans will be raycasting from the camera the direction of the crosshair. The crosshair will be independent. It will be independent. So yeah, the camera will simply be following along. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Let's see, so where is our camera? Camera controller. We didn't even add our player controller or anything, did we? The sniper? No. We'll create an empty called player, which will place in the current position. So copy, paste component values, and move can to there. Right. Actually, I think they're fine. I think this is fine. It's fine. Yeah, they're fine. If you were to reset you though, look like camera. Screw it. We'll fix it later if we need to. I'm pretty sure this is okay. Now we'll have to take the crosshair, this thing's position, and change it. So I think what I'm gonna do is move this here. That's why it was easier to do it differently, separate. Creep the crosshair here. Okay. Instead we can add the script U. Layer. Controller. Da, da, da. Okay, they're CPU tagged. They're tagged as UI. Ah, well, whatever. Default. player control remove the crosshair, which will in turn actually no. The crosshair needs to be drawn where the mouse is. Okay, that's not going to be an issue. Don't need you here. You don't even need to move the camera, just move this player. Okay. Player controller. Main camera. Won't be raycasting from the main camera though, so kind of useless. Alright, what did you do though? Mouse worlds, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll kinda do that. Kinda need to do that, don't we? Alright, so I need serialized field, game object, whatchamacallit. It's called a crosshair. Don't need this layer. Just comment it out. So I guess what we'll do is set crosshair dot transform dot position to mouse position. Right. Now what do we need? We need to get the mouse position in raycast from mouse position. Okay, got our mouse position. We do not need main camera position. We just need mouse world position. Okay. No, we just need the current transformed position. Position. Do we? Eight. Whatever. And then we just need to switch this to trying to figure this out. Okay, let me search this up actually. This is a bit tricky in my mind, so Unity raycast from mouse to world. Alright, create dynamic terrain. When I look to X blah blah blah, if I click on the trainer, blah 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 blah. So he wants to raycast, and no one gave him the answer. Okay, buddy. For the mouse position to world space. Okay, let's see this. To interact with game object using the mouse, there's several methods available. Most of them involve blah, 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 array, blah, blah, blah. We know this option includes camera dot screen point to ray. Screen point to ray. What's this? Screen point to ray. Checking. saying that there is something to do this. Camera, check it out. Transforms a point from screen space to world space, where world space is defined as a coordinate system at the very top of your game hierarchy. Turns a ray going from the camera a screen. Check this out. Equals cam dot screen point to ray dot position. Ray direction. Okay. Let's try this out actually. Let's just comment out all this. Might not be needed. Instead, let's try what they showed. So let's just debug it first. Have the camera. Cam. Change the cam, honestly. Let's pose here, Spectre 3. Let's use mouse dot or position for that. So now we can just use input dot mouse position. Right. Let's see if we get a ray. And see how that ray looks like. Huh, strange. Where is the player? Attach the player script to anything. Oh, as in shoot. See Daisy. I didn't even set crosshair also, did I? Right, undo all that. Gun, crosshair, scope. We don't really need any of this. The cam. I think we need the camera. Get the camera and the crosshair. Crosshair. And we'll only change crosshair. Okay, so crosshair does move along just fine. But I do not see any raycast from the camera. The player, that is. Let's see. Reset everything on you first. Reset your transform. Bring you up. So the camera is at an offset, I think. You know, it's not. It's fine where it is. You know. Everything's fine. Just set the angle to here now. gray, origin, direction. It's 10. Color yellow. So let's see where this ray goes. Okay, there's the ray. Barely see it though. Can't see it all from here. Did it disappear? I forget to debug rays have life spans, right? Where'd they go though? Crosshair is working just fine. Oh. Oh ho ho ho. Okay. So let's say we uncomment this stuff. And yeah. We're change the ray to this. Not you. You. We'll see if this works. Now let me just double check. Your tag is CPU and the tag we put CPU. Okay. It's full screen. What the frick? What's going on? What value cannot be set to null? Parameter name equals source. What? 34. 34. Now let's put main cam. This is cam. No, not you. I'm using you. Am I using this script? Right? Player. That script. Motion camera set. Crosshair set. Sound effect. Sets. Oh. You mean there's no sound effects? Oh wait, I had to put it on the cam. Explosion particle effect though. Explosion. Particle. Frick. We'll just turn off the source. And we will instantiate you. Yeah. 1 second thought, let me just quickly fill this up. Let me at least put the where is the raycast? That's the question. Alright, let's see here. Mouse, world position. It's not even used. Simply use key. So I don't get. Why isn't the ray being drawn? Start direction. Don't make no sense. Guess I could try this again. So when I pause it immediately, I can see the ray. Right? The ray being shot from the camera. Yada yada yada. Where's the camera now? Why is the camera here? The camera changed position. Camera controller. Second. Oh, it is moving. It's good to know. Just make it math.infinite. Make it math.100. Okay, so the ray. Okay. I guess this will be a bit more helpful when visualizing. See the remnants of an explosion, but so tiny. Spawning a couple and pause. Where are they at? Are they on top of this? Yeah, they are on top of it. Can't really see much of it, so it seems that it's working. It's just for some reason the players aren't being targeted. Okay. Oh wait. Maybe it is hitting them, but I'm not. I don't have anything in here to test that, though, do I? Debugged on CPU hit. Oops. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, oh yes, it is. Yo, nice. All right, that's working. Explosion needs to be a bit bigger though. Maybe I need a different explosion instead of a 2D one. I'll see later. But our script is working. We're able to hit players, get their script. Let's add a script here. Is shot. Okay, this should make them fall over and die. Yep, perfect. Alright, I think we got the more annoying parts of the script out of the way, right? I mean, all that's left to do is set the game or the game states, a timer, and do all that gameplay stuff. Red light, green light, tripping. Oh, yeah, no. And the outline works fine. Nice, I like that. That's fantastic. Alright, and I guess we can set is shot sets is tripped true. That's just the animator, but gotta set the current state equal to CPU states dot dead. Alright. Now if he ain't dead, he can probably move, right? It's fair to assume. He ain't tripped or dead. If idle or walking, idle. Now here's the part that's annoying though. I don't have a really good way to make a timer so that they walk or run in intervals, right? Okay, maybe I should focus on. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I should focus on the camera for now. Edit script. Alright. Pull this up. What do I not need from you? What do I need? Sound effects, yeah, okay. Scope. Gun, not really. Oops. Don't have the sound effect just yet, so can't use that. What we need to do is take some parts of the camera controller and apply them to you. So, if okay, well we do that there. Don't really use mouse top position now, do we? I delete, keep that there. So we'll take this out here. Or bring it up here. Any more? A mouse position. Do, do, do. Ba, 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 ba. Serialize this stuff also. Be scrolling in, zooming in through a sniper scope, so no need to do anything more yet. Uh, Alright. So, what this script does, what this should do now is if the mouse position on the X is greater than screen width minus screen edge, Basically, if you move our mouse too much to the left or the right, we'll move our camera, move our player, and we'll just be moving the X and Y up and down. Same thing if we don't really have the Y yet, do we? And add the Y. Yeah, Y. Well, it should be fine. See if this works though. Screen edge, let's say, is like 10. The mount is like 3. The, oh, Alright, change of plans. This worked well with 2D, but it seems like it will not work with 2D. 3D, I mean. So take that out. Alright, and we'll make our separate one here for that. We will lerp our position. We'll move our position to the right. I'll move to the left. It's here, right? This means move to the right. This will be move left. Okay, what's the best way to transform to the left and right? You have to lerp it. But by how much? Let's see. Do the unity smooth left. I don't think we're gonna get anything. I think I already know the answer. I just changed the X, not X. Let's say math f.lerp. Nope, we cannot change it. Although someone else tried. Let's just put this away. Let's just say new, say a vector. Actually, no. We just need to change the X, right? So yeah, vector 3. Maybe even a vector 2. Vector 2. Vector 2 new position. Dot position. And then take new position dot x 2 minus equal, say 1f right. Actually, let's change it to move amount. Then we will simply just make this back actually. Position dot tor 2 dot lerp transition to new position And we'll just go time.delta time. And we'll do the same thing here. This will be a plus though. And this will be the minus. Right? Yeah. Okay, that should only change the X and Y. Hopefully the Y doesn't change because that will be not very good. Go. I'm moving. That's for certain. Very slowly, but for some reason, the players. Okay, first of all, camera controller needs to get off of you. Right? Player controller. Just 10. Screen edge to 10. It's all good. Where else can we have issues with? What is providing us with issues? Why is our entire player moving forward? Why is the Z set to 0? Oh, duh. Because that will just set, making it a vector 2, just make it a Z equal to 0 by default. Not that happen. Stay the same Z, right? Well, we only want to change the X and Y to the same. Z will change, but hopefully. View position. Do I really have to flirt by vector 3? Like, I want there to be like a simple offset. Well, it did. Okay, we got the movement done. Make it a bit faster though. Get like, I don't know, 50. Or maybe set this to 1F, right? 1F. And then change tier 2 amount. Move amount. Let's see if that is better. Similar. Okay. So we got the basic player movement down. He can go. Oh, maybe I want to move him in front of the thing, actually. Wish there was a better way to be able to. Okay, let's bring this over here. Line with view and just change the rotation to 0, 0, and then angle it down. Although I would like it so the camera tries to center itself to the crosshair. In that way, that would get rid of the need to scroll if I just made the player edge its X and Y position to match that of the whatever. I think I'll do that another time. Okay, so I think that completes the player stuff. Move, they can shoot. Need a better particle effect though. We'll figure that later. The guys can spawn. Spawn or script a spawn. Players are spawn. Spawn. Yeah, it spawns. Definitely spawns. A gameplay manager. Okay. Gameplay manager. So, yeah, no. I rethink this whole script. It's so big. To be fair, it's like a bunch of small things. Like it's controlling scores, it's controlling lists of players that are moved, and it's controlling the states of the game. And definitely split this up into 3 different scripts. Into basically UI stuff. Should be the timer, get game time, fear values in the score. I could probably also put the audio clip there too. Then all the gameplay stuff requires the changing of game states and setting up the game. That can probably go in a separate script also. I think this works just as well. Just as well. Probably does. Oh yeah, and then because I don't use sprites, I don't need to adjust the sprite rendering order. Yeah, 3D, much better for that. Just position them differently. Okay, so the side here. It's all the newer scripts. Should I do this another day? I do this tomorrow actually. Game manager. Audio source. Turn on, turn this off, turn this off. Should I call the script? Let me create. You know what I need to do? Create an empty object. Call this girl. No girl right now, but let's just put a cube. Create. Just put a capsule. Alright, she'll be in charge of, or this game object will be in charge of red light, green light, I feel. But then again, I think that might be a horrible idea. I feel it's better to like have them all in one object, like the game manager. Yeah, screw it. We'll call this red light. Red light, green light script. Oh, where'd it go? Edit. What do we need? We need a setup. We need a setup. Yeah, no, I don't know this idea actually. Just having a script just to hold the red light and green light. I mean, shoot, this thing works because it does work. I don't want it to be something accessible as like a singleton. I don't know why you made it a singleton. Yeah, no, I think I'll just make use of the gameplay manager. That control, I think it's in. Okay, those are the three scripts we have. GUI, I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay, definitely need something that can manage this game states and control the game. Gameplay manager, game manager. Shoot, that's the best way to describe it, honestly. I think I might just edit it to suit my needs. Alright, first of all. Oh, this can go outside the class, right? They cause issue. Yeah, it will. Keep it inside because it is required to access this by different scripts. Okay, so we'll keep it inside. Alright, when we set up the game, tutorial yet. The max players at 24. We don't need to do that. So what do we do? Um, guess what we can do is create spawners. We already have the spawners. We could call spawners on each object, or we could create the spawners from here, placing them dynamically. Yeah, no. This instantiates simply prefab. So I need to make a separate script because this doesn't work. At least I have the 2D version to go back to. Yeah, no, we're gonna make a separate script. We'll call it. What should we call it? Call it the name for the script. shall call it game controller. Controller. Play controller. Game controller. Will control the flow of the game. It's a pretty bad name, not gonna lie. Okay. And we're gonna need that back though. Chewy there. So first of all, we need first we need to make a public static version of this. So that we can call it from whatever. Okay. Why is it already having issues? I know why. Game controller. Alright. We're also gonna need states of the game. Simply make an extra one called tutorial. Ready that. Next we're gonna need our stuff. Timers, I have not decided on how I want to implement timers yet. There are some options available to me though. I did research timers for a bit last month. I was able to come out with different types of timers. Okay. So this is a cooldown timer. So simply start a timer and you'll return true when create it. Only problem is I can't create. I can make this, but I can't like create several timers at once. Remove component. There's invoke timer, which is interesting. This thing will simply execute every X seconds. But that won't help us because the way we make our state changes is dependent on multiple factors. Well, not really. And there was the cooldown. But yeah, no, I'm not going with that. So let's first of all have our basic stuff, which will be game states. List of players. List of moving players, a score, fear meter. Don't need the prefab. Let's get that for now. And we get a serialized field of let's say spawners. List of spawners. Spawners. Very cool. Alright, so Void tutorial. Nothing in there for now. Void setup. Setup. Alrighty. Simply put the stuff here. And I won't be clamping the max characters, will I? No. Then we do for each spawner s in spawners call s dot spawn them in. Okay. Okay, what's next? So that skips all that basically, but probably also want to get all the players, don't we? So players equal find objects. I mean, shoot. We'll just change this to find objects of type. What's the type though? Let's see here. How do I find objects of tag? Because that's make it easier for me. Object with tag. Go. Oh, 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 oh. All right, let me do for each game object. Object O, say CPU. And CPU. We simply will take our players. Make sure you're applying CPUs, right? CPUs. Bing CPUs. Alright, let's do that. CPUs dot add a CPU dot game object. Alright, that's where we get all our game objects, or get our CPUs. And I think that's basically it. Setup is completo. This thing calls tutorial right away, so do that right away. We'll just dictate that by UI though when we call setup. We don't even need this, so we just do game object dot find object. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna do the search script this time. Oh, boom. Spawners. Tell me we don't need this. That'll be fine. Although it might be annoying. Might not be the best idea to you know, to use find kind of against it, but it's whatever. Might be better than just simply shoot. You know what? Maybe we want to keep a track of the spawners later if I want to spawn some more, so I'll simply keep it as is. Alright, we spawn the CPUs, blah blah blah. Then we guess we call red light, don't we? Now in red light, we create a timer. Our timer. Our timer. We create this, guys. Won't worry about the audio source for the moment. Moving player. Moving CPUs. We won't worry about that either. What I just realized? I could have the game manager control this. Yeah. So that I wouldn't need to use this static instance of game controller. Simply have this script in the game manager and have that game manager do everything for me. Interesting. That way I can keep the scores separate also if I need to. Interesting, interesting. You know what? something I might need to decide later. Not now. Where's my timer stuff? It's the timer stuff. The timer stuff. I really hate this stuff, you know? Actually, no. I'm stupid. Why did I do it this way? Could have just had it so that void timer accepts float timer, and then I could have just did that instead. Check timer, timer, float timer, instead of doing something dumb. The update could always call timer count timer. But call the timer here. Call it timer. I'll make it serialized field. The more obvious what it's called. Call this switch state timer. Right. I think it's a better word for it. Or maybe game state timer. Switch light. Light change timer. Light change timer, I guess. Not the best word. Better than timer though. Okay. Oh, that won't work though, because this returns. Ah, shit. Nah, bro, it won't work because it's in a call by, it's in a, sends a copy, right? And no, I need to get the memory. D S memory memory location variable. Pass by value. I should copy the integer value of 5. Okay. Call game object. Test create a new game object. Copy the pass by reference. Oh, we need the ref. Okay, nice. I thank God that makes it easier. Ref. Okay, that's what. Reference that. Um. Variables. Out the variable, not its content. So we call. Don't copy the contents of my alias. Pointer. Yeah, that's what I want. All right. And as for you, it also needs to be a ref. Or actually, check time. I guess I could combine into one, couldn't I? Make this a bool. Bool, timer count, blah blah, return false, else. I need for an else actually. Return true. And instead of calling check timer, just call timer count. If I change this to check time, yeah, whatever. Okay. Alright, we call red light, let's say. Red light. Set the current state to red light. Stop current audio source. Light change timer set to a random range. And yeah. Then our timer count down slowly. And in our update, shall put I don't want to have two, shouldn't I? Don't die. Don't die. Oh well, have two. Okay, so if game state not equal to end, we get game state also, don't we? Okay, we got our game state, and this will be CPUs called light change timer. We'll put the audio in later. CPUs moving CPUs. What the heck? CPUs. Or check timer or timer count. Let me change this to if game state not equal end state, then simply do this. Then we take a check. Call return. Else. did I call it? Timer count. Up, up, ah. Okay, we don't need you there. So if game state equals end, then what we do it's not equal to end, then we do this. Check if CPU's count equals 0, or if I change timer is less than 0. What? Oh wait, that's the wrong timer. This is should be a different timer. Select change timer. This will be the float. Be the whatchamacallit. Total time. Time. 12 game time. Call it that. That. Shall put that here. Timer count. seconds. Red light. Oh, not changing. Does not seem to be changing. From red lights to green lights. Let's see what's the issue. Just make sure that I am just in the current game state. Okay. Calls setup. It calls red light. Okay. Alright, change the light timer. Okay. Apparently it's stuck on red light though, which makes sense. What the heck? It seemed like it's going faster on, but it's not really. Well, if it's resetting somehow, it's weird. Okay, let's see. In green light, it's a random value between 2 and potentially 4. Timer count, ref blah blah blah. It's green light, we call red light. It's red light, call green light. Current game state. We are adjusting it accordingly. Zoom. Game state. Yeah. Why isn't it changing? That's the question. Alright, let's say we adjust it manually. What will happen to it when the time runs out? Say it's green light. Oh, changed. Green light. Changed to red light. Oh, what the heck? Is it working? Starts at red light. Oh, it works. Nice. Alright. That's awesome. You got the state changes to work. Alright. Well, we haven't done anything score-wise, rear mirror-wise. We haven't even done the AI on the CPU controllers yet. Which they'll all inherit from this class either way. Get shot. but do not need this whole week. I feel like we don't need this, right? Create a game manager to house that instead. I believe. Add the game manager script. Game manager script to this, which I created for a different game mode. Tutorial, play, pause, stop, end. This thing has basic things we need. Only thing we don't have is the stuff that we actually don't have. So we need to create a game manager for this guy though. You know what? I think that's a problem for another day. Might be tomorrow, might be probably not tomorrow. Got a quiz tomorrow. Got freaking essays due Wednesday. So definitely after Wednesday, I'll give this another look. See what I want to do. Because right now, the only issue is that I have this other game mode I was working on for the longest time. Implementing this, all the scripts, blah blah blah. But I feel like that should be its own separate game. Yeah, definitely. Alright, anyways. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna end it here. And shoot. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. And I'll see you guys on or after Wednesday, hopefully. Peace.